Book with weapon on the cover. Ice skates could be a weapon. Hi guys, welcome to week 2 of the Amazing Readathon. If you are new here, my name is Vanessa, also known as Read with Dr. B. I am repping for Team Romance. So if you missed my vlog for last week, I will link it up in the cards above. But this week we have some fun, exciting plans. So for half of the week, I'm going to be trying to read as much as I can to rack up some points before I go on a trip to Seattle. I will be leaving on Thursday and coming back on Sunday. I'm going to a friend's wedding and I don't want to take a lot of books with me, so I have to figure out a game plan for that. I do have a couple of books that I am trying to get to this week, hopefully before I leave, because I don't want to take any of these books with me. I did just ask in the Discord. I have a book that I read 49% of last month. Can I count it for sightseeing points for this month? And Izzy responded to me. Izzy's one of the romance team captains and said, yes, you can read the last 51% and that would count. I actually think I might have started this in April. But I was reading Burned by Greta Rose West, and I do need to finish this. I liked it. The reason I got only to 49% was because like Smatella ended, and I was reading it with like Siri was reading it to me, and I got sidetracked reading other books, and so then it kind of just like fell to the wayside. So I need to finish this. So I'm gonna finish this. The reason I say I need to finish it is because I actually have an author interview with Greta Rose West coming up in the next couple of months. She has offered to send me the next book in the series, and so I was like, okay, yes, I want to read this. So in order to review the book for her, I have to read the book. So this is the first one. So I was looking at the point values, and I think the highest amount of points I can get for this is 300 with a 50 point bonus for the team genre. So a book with a rating higher than 4.0 on Goodreads at the time that I'm filming this on Sunday, June 9th. It has a 4.33 rating, so I think I'm gonna go with that for this book. Now, unfortunately, I don't know the next prompt yet. I'm expecting it to drop tomorrow on the 10th, and I think there's a theory that we're going to be going to Rome, but I don't know what that entails, so it doesn't really help me much. But I'm ready for the next prompt. And regardless, I know that I have some books that I'm going to start reading tomorrow because Bree and Brittany are doing their accidental book club sprints, and they are reading An Unkindness of Ghosts by Rivers Solomon. This is a science fiction book, and Rivers Solomon is a queer author. So this will get me some points for LGBTQ author, and I'm not quite sure yet if I can go for a main pick or sightseeing or what. I'm trying to keep my romance picks the main ones, and if possible, I would love to fly every single one of these legs, but I would need to read some host favorites. So depending on what the prompt is the next round, I will see like if I can pick up a big book or what. But this will be a fun read, I think, and it should be pretty quick. Like, it's not terribly long, so I'm not quite sure where to put this one yet because I don't know too much about it. But I guess after I read it, I'll figure out the sightseeing points for this one, because right now I'm not sure where to put it, but I'm sure I will find somewhere to put it. I am also reading the Chestnut Springs books, and I'm currently on Powerless by Elsie Silver. Here, this one is not the best in the series. It's almost 500 pages, so I could count this for a main prompt pick, depending on, again, what the prompt is. Again, I don't know. This one could be for that. I mean, if it's a lot of sightseeing prompts, like a book with romance in it, a 5-star prediction, maybe a book with weapon on the cover. Ice skates could be a weapon. Illustrated cover, I would count this as an illustrated. There's a lot of things. So a book set in a different country than you live. This is in Canada, so I don't live in Canada. Definitely going on my TBR for this week. And then the last book I know for sure that I'm gonna read this week is Darker by 4 by June C.L. Tan. This is my lovely Fairy Loot edition. So this one is a YA fantasy. It looks like it has some romance in it, so I don't know how much romance. LGBTQ, I think I saw somewhere that maybe June C.L. Tan is LGBTQ. I think I did see on Bree from 4 Positive Books video on like LGBTQ authors that you should read books by. I want to say June C.L. Tan is LGBTQ. Not 100% sure. But this one is a buddy read. So I'm going to be reading this with one of my friends. Not going to tell you too much about that because it is going to be in a video. A couple of these books are actually in videos. So you'll probably see them come up again. And if I don't talk about them too much in this vlog, you'll know why. Today I am going to be going to the movies with my partner. We're going to go see Mad Max Furiosa. And then we're going to play some Pokemon in the area that like we're going to because it's very like poppin' area for Pokemon Go. Other than that, I'll be coming home and I have some work to do before the work week starts, and I am taking off some time later this week, so I need to just have everything ready to go. Oh, I did start a new diamond painting last night. I think I put it in the week 1 vlog, but I did start a little bit of it last night, so you can see kind of the side here. The rest you won't see till I uncover it, so maybe throughout the week you'll see me work on it and it just become more complete. So I will catch you guys a little bit later and update you on where I am at. I'm so sorry if you can hear the fan going. It is hotter than Satan's butthole here today. Yeah, very hot. And so we went to the movies and we saw Furiosa, which was one of the Mad Max movies. And then we walked around this like lake area that has a lot of people who play Pokemon and a lot of Pokestops and everything like that. And then we finished off our evening by getting Pokey. Well, I got a Dr.B bowl, but my partner got Pokey. When I finished up at the movies, I saw that there was a prompt drop, so I'm gonna watch that now. Gotta find it. I kind of vaguely know what it is because of the boarding pass. Okay, so we're going to Paris. The prompt is to read a book that has won an award. Well, I guess none of the books that I chose earlier are going to fit. May have to do a little bit of digging, but let's see how much everything costs. Plane still doubles your page count. It's 700 GRC. Train, just single page count, 400 GRC, and then walking, divide the page count in half, still free. I've got to peruse the shelves because, like I said, none of the books that I have, I think, have won an award. Let me see. The only one I think that maybe this one, but I need to look. I think 2 really good choices. So From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This was a Goodreads Choice 2020 winner. So this is possibly an option. And then the other book that I have is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I've loved the books that I've read by her so far. This one is winner for Best Historical Fiction in 2015 for Goodreads Choice Award. This one is a historical fiction, and this one is a fantasy romance. I might pick this one. It gives me the team genre bonus, and it's like 500-ish pages or so. And this one is like 430 something. I know what Brie would tell me. Bestie Brie would tell me to pick this, but I might go with From Blood and Ash because I do need to vlog it for a different video. I'm not sure. I might do another Instagram poll. This is like the time for polls apparently. Well, now I'm torn with reading this book or From Blood and Ash because I just saw that this is set in Paris, France, which is where we are, so I feel like it's fitting. But maybe what I should do is count this as like a sightseeing prompt for reading a book that's set in a different country than you're from or whatever. Or a friend recommends, like Bestie Brie recommended this, a book that was published in your birthday month. So this was published in February 2015. A book that you predict will be 5 stars. So this could work for a couple. It's a toss-up. I will let you know. Hey guys, it is now Monday, June 10th, and I don't know what I'm reading yet still. So I did put a poll up on Instagram last night of if I should read for the Paris prompt, The Nightingale or From Blood and Ash, and currently it looks like The Nightingale is winning. So I'm gonna go with this. I'm ready to start the book, and that's just currently what's winning. So hooray. This is also kind of cool because I think this one is set in Paris, which, hey, we're going to Paris for the Amazing Readathon. So I'm just gonna read this and do some work. I swear, Brie for Positive Books really be trying. I know she's not trying, but she happens to, for this readathon, almost always put something out when I'm in the middle of doing something, like I'm working. Can never be at a moment where I'm sitting at my computer and just like chilling or just reading. It's like always in the middle of me being productive. Anyways, she just dropped an announcement for the face-off weekend, so we can read anything to our heart's content. And basically there are these rewards along the way that we have to collect as a team. So we're not counting pages this weekend, we are counting the amount of books read. So now I've got to go find a bunch of books that I can put on my Kindle that I can either listen to or just read when there's downtime, being in the airport or being in Seattle and not having anything to do, like winding down in the evening before bed, all that fun stuff. So gonna go find that now. Hi friends. Okay, so today is June 11th, I believe it's Tuesday, and I had some sprints this morning. My good friend Katy from I Would Rather Be Reading joined me, and we had the best time. I will insert some little snippets here of sprints just to give you a little taste of how unhinged we get, you know, between the hours of 8 in the morning and noon. Sometimes. This is not all the time. And this won't be too bad, like reading in the airport or something, will it? Like, I'm coming back on Sunday. Princess of It's not like naked men on the cover.
There might not be naked men on the cover, but it depends on how big the font is. Because like when I was reading this book at karate yesterday, I had to close it and be like, you know what, that's for later. That's for later. And look at how cute it is.
I have spent the morning chatting away, not doing my work, and trying to figure out what books I wanted to read for a face-off weekend, things that I can easily take with me either like in my small bag or in my suitcase because I'm going to Seattle, like I mentioned before. Yesterday, I did start The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna because that was the book that won my Instagram poll. I didn't get very far, unfortunately, because I got really sidetracked with doing work. And then by the time the evening rolled around for the Accidental Book Club, I started reading An Unkindness of Ghost. This one might actually be my city prompt because I'm a lot further in this one. So I'm right here. I'm a lot further in this one than I am in The Nightingale, and I need to hurry up and submit my city prompt. So I just need to get to chapter 14, and I'm currently on chapter 10. And if I can finish the book tonight, that would be fantastic and amazing. And then I can switch to a couple of graphic novels and manga that I have. So for example, I have the next 3 books in the Cat and Gamer series, which I would love to get these out of my house and back to the library so somebody else can read them. But I also have another stack of books back here that you can kind of see off screen. So we actually have 2 stacks of graphic novels and stuff, but I know this one in particular I do need to read because it is a couple of days overdue. So I'm just going to read this one probably first tonight. That way I can return it. Some other really fun, exciting stuff happened last night. So I got my Fairy Loot box for dun, 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 Ruthless Vows. Can you guys see just how pretty this book is. I'm not even doing it justice, but it's so pretty. And then obviously the sprayed edges, and it matches Divine Rivals, okay? Obviously there's upside down of Iris and Rowan. I'm so excited to read these just every year over and over again. Something else exciting that happened today was Deja from Deja's Book World dropped her tarot readathon announcement. So I'm very excited because I get to pull out these Teddy tarot cards again, and this is going to be making up my July TBR. I got more book mail. I've read a couple of these books already, but I love them so much. I just had to get the paperback. So I got Ghosted by Sarah Reddy, and then I also picked up Switched by Sarah Reddy. So very excited to have both of these books. Sarah Reddy's third book, Faded, is actually coming out this summer. So I will be getting that once that comes out. I also got this chonker of a book, Heat of the Everflame, because we are interviewing Penn Cole next month, and I'm trying to read through her books as fast as I can. And then I got the other two books in a series I'm going to be starting. So we have Sacrificial Sinners, which is Blackwood Institute book number 2 by J. Rose. And then I also got Desecrated Saints. So this is book 3. So, hooray. If I'm not mistaken, I did just get 2 more packages downstairs, so I'm going to run down and go grab those real quick. So, got a package. There's another one. Hold on. Okay. Ooh, I got The Housemaid is Watching. This is the 3rd book in the Housemaid series by Frida McFadden. So I need to read the second one still, but I'm very excited to get to this one. And then this is the box I've been dying for today. I got influenced on the gram. So I got this dark romance book called Once You're Mine. This is by Morgan Bridges. Again, I was influenced. But the book I was really, really influenced by, Princes of Sin by K.L. Morrison, and let me show you why. Can you guys see? This is in full color, okay? Every single page is a color, like a full color page. And if you didn't know, there are 7 sins. So there are 7 princes. And this is a 7-book omnibus, okay? So an omnibus is just like a mashup of books. So there's 7 books, 7 novellas in one. This one I might be taking on the plane with me as well and submitting for 7 novellas. But if you can see, each sin is actually a different color. So we have like red back here, we have green, we have purple. Let's see, we've got red, blue. It's brownish looking, but maroon, I don't know. And then black. I hope that was 7 colors. But yeah, this book was like $50 something because of just the amount of printing that it took probably. Y'all have no idea how excited I am. I'm gonna read this to my heart's content on the plane. The other books, we'll figure it out. This fudge, no, what is this? A s'mores bar at this chocolate place.
Been to California, never been to LA, so I'll stay home and write these songs, pretend I'll make it someday. My friends are getting married, they're all settling down, so I'll lay here, watch the ceiling fan go round and round. And it's always gone too fast, like a trip to the beach or the life of James Dean. And it kills me to think I'm avoiding the pill I can't swallow.
Okay, update time for week 2. I'm a little late, but I'm going to go through the city prompts that I read first. So I read An Unkindness of Ghosts by Rivers Solomon. This was for my Paris prompt, and I did take the plane, so I got 748 points for this book because it was also by a queer author. I rated this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time throughout, and I really liked the narrator of this book. Then we did the detour for Paris, which was books with the color of the Olympic rings. So I'll put my little picture up here. So that was 300 points that round. Then I know this is like everybody's least favorite in the series, but I read Powerless like while I was on the plane, and I finished it, and look how much I tabbed this book. Now let me show you the others in the series. Okay, so these are my tabs, and I think I tabbed Powerless here the most of the 3, even though I think I would say I liked number 2 the most. But I had a really good time with Powerless, probably because there was a lot of spicy stuff. I ended up giving this 5 stars. I actually have a vlog coming out with this book, so if you're interested in this one, you'll have to wait for that. It's also being paired up with another book that has a similar name, actually the same exact name. But anyways, I also took the plane for this one. Literally, I was on an actual plane reading this. But this one was a book with nature on the cover for Cape Town. So nature, there we go, we got a flower. So I racked up 1,042 points for this book because it was also 50 extra bonus points for team genre. Then for my detour for Cape Town, we had to take a picture of our point of view at noon. So here's my picture. I got 200 points for this. And finally for Antanin and Revo, I don't know if I said that right. It's a book involving religion or gods. I ended up just reading Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole because I have to read this book next month anyways for an author interview. So this one I didn't get any bonus points for, but I did take the plane and I got 876 points for it. I rated this one 4 stars, really enjoyed it. I'm going to continue on with the series and see where the rest of the story takes us because I feel like we were kind of left on like a cliffhanger at the end. And then the detour for, I'm just going to say Madagascar, was a non-fiction book high on your TBR. So for this one, I got another 200 points, and I am very excited to read the book that I did post here. Those are my city prompts and detours. Now I did do a little bit of sightseeing, not very much. I only was able to do 1. It was a very busy week for me, as you guys saw. But I read What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I was able to get 50 bonus points for this being a LGBTQ author. And I use this for an author who uses initials, so T, Kingfisher. This was Host for Pros book club pick for the month of June. If you're interested in joining our book club and just reading along with us, the Discord link is down below. So I only got 450 points for sightseeing. For face-off weekend, as you saw, I was in Seattle, so I didn't have too much time to be reading, but I actually read more than I thought I would, given how much little time I had there. So the first book that I read this kind of like because I couldn't sleep. They Don't Make Plus Size Spacesuits. This is by Allie Thompson. The only rule for Face Off Weekend is that the book had to be at least 50 pages, and the copy that I was reading was 60 pages, or on Goodreads or somewhere it said it was 60 pages. So I counted this. I gave this one 2 stars. I really wanted to like this one, but honestly, I was kind of bored and just not entertained. The stories were really short, and maybe I was tired or something, but like I just felt like I couldn't understand them. There was this important message there with being in a bigger body, but I just maybe couldn't wrap my head around it, or maybe I couldn't connect with the characters. So I unfortunately, this was not for me. I did finish it though, so counted it as points. I also read, but I don't remember anything about it at all, Dead Lake. I literally could not tell you a darn thing about this book. I gave it 3 stars, so I liked it, but I don't remember anything about it. Sorry, this might be an unhaul, just because like it was probably just more of a like I'm reading it to like get points, but I wasn't vibing with it. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another shot and reread it, but yeah, I don't have anything for you. I also read This Skin Was Once Mine and Other Disturbances by Eric LaRocca. I think that's how you say his last name because that's what the audiobook says. Everyone always says LaRocca, which I think sounds cooler, but this one was okay. I gave this one 3 stars, and I feel like I really only liked the first story, which was called The Skin Was Once Mine. That was really creepy and disturbing, but the other ones were like just okay, and I just kept thinking about the first one. So like I really liked the first one. I really would have liked to see more of that. I think it would be honestly really cool if that turned into like a longer book or a longer short story. But that was the only one I really liked from there, and that was one of my NetGalley books that I had. It's already published at this point, so I had the audio and I was able to like listen while I was out and about sightseeing and stuff. Like literally sightseeing in Seattle. And then the last book that I read that you'll see, I was standing in line at the Space Needle and I was reading That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. And I hope some people got a laugh at this because the title is just so funny. This one I really enjoyed. I gave it 4 stars. Like Kimberly Lemming always has really fun, enjoyable books. I definitely will continue on in the series. I am searching high and low for the 3rd book in the series. It's called That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Human, but I'm specifically looking for it in these cartoon covers because all of my other books in this series are in this style, and I would like for them to match if possible, because I know now they have these more like, they're not realistic looking, but they're definitely not cartoon looking like this. But I would like that cover, so if you do find it, let me know. I will pay an arm and a leg for it, even though it's a short book, but like I just need them to match. So I think I had a pretty successful face-off weekend. I was able to read 4 books, a couple of them on my Kindle, and then I took a couple with me. So yeah, it was actually a pretty successful weekend, I would say. So how many points did I get overall? Let me calculate that. Looks like I got a grand total of 3,816 points for my team for the second week of the Amazing Readathon. Now, it wasn't as big as my first week. I went like really hard the first week with like over 7,000 points, but this week, just because I had all those travel plans and then face-off weekend, you're not racking up points. I think it was a little different. Still a very successful week, I think. Looking forward to what the 3rd week of the Amazing Readathon brings. So we will see. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and consider subscribing. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. Bye!